Hello there, boys and girls. My name is Alex. I also go by Rohbert on the forums and on the internet. What I'm showing off here is Super Sacrifice Square, the game that I made for gm48 23. What is gm48? That is a game jam whereby you have to make a game in less than 48 hours. And you have to follow a certain theme. A theme is voted upon by the community, and this jam's theme was sacrifice. You can interpret that however you want, as long as your game somehow, some way features sacrifice as a gameplay thing. So basically, yeah, I've been working on this game the whole weekend. Actually, I wasn't able to work on it as much as I wanted because I had a really busy weekend, unfortunately. So it was a late night, an early morning, and there's definitely bugs and stuff in the game that I wish I could fix, but I already had to submit the game. My brain is fried, and I just want to make this video because I do want to talk about the game and about the whole game maker experience. So let's go ahead and jump in. For starters, I did program the whole game in Game Maker Studio. I actually wanted to stream the development of it, but that just wasn't going to work out because, like I said, I was real busy. I was going in and out of the house all weekend, and plus the way I work isn't very entertaining. I'm a scatterbrain. I have music playing, I have videos playing, so I'm just going back and forth between chat and forums and my email and my phone, and it wouldn't have made sense to stream it because I can't sit down for 1 hour straight. I just can't. So let's go ahead and jump in this. Hopefully this video makes up for me not streaming. Anyways, this is who you play as, a little cube guy. And if it isn't evident already, I am no artist. I can program, and I like to consider myself pretty good at making music. But graphics, when it comes to graphics, I am just not very talented. So I stuck to simple black squares. You can jump with the space bar. That thing right there is a soul. If I collect that, I'll get one more life. Basically, I have 10. Now I have 11. So you control this guy with a keyboard. You just gotta navigate the level, jumping on platforms. You gotta collect as many lives as you can. And let's just check out that tune, man. I really like how this tune came out. I made it like in 10-15 minutes. On beatbox.com, and I love it. It came out really, really good. I could spend hours on a song and it doesn't come out this good. I'm not bragging. It's just it's just a happy accident. Anyways, you fall down to go to the next level, and the message here says that touching spikes will kill you. But maybe that's not such a bad thing. Remember, the theme is sacrifice, so in this game you gotta sacrifice yourself to move on. Oh, I didn't die. That's one of the bugs that I mentioned earlier. Let's go ahead and try that again, shall we? Boom. That's supposed to happen. You'll jump on the spikes and it kills you, but now you can use your old corpse as a platform. Like so. Obviously the collision isn't perfect, but I was piecing this game together as fast as possible. So how do I go up this wall? Not a problem. You just kill yourself. I think I killed myself too low, though. You gotta be a little more strategic with where you kill yourself. Let's see if I can make this jump. You gotta jump here, and then there we go. Get the life and move on. Collect extra souls to allow for more sacrifices, obviously. So I can't make that jump, but if I kill myself right there, I can jump on my own body. So yeah, I made this using Game Maker Studio. Nice little program that lets you make games pretty darn easily. If you know how to program already, then what Game Maker brings to the table is that it handles a lot of the low-level stuff. Like it handles like just graphic rendering and views, and it even has built-in like classes, so to speak, like objects, sound resources, graphical resources. It has it all like baked in, so it does limit you to some degree if you're already a seasoned programmer. But really, if you want to make a 2D game, especially, Game Maker just, I mean, it does a lot of good stuff for you. It's easy to nitpick at it. It's easy to say that it's missing a lot of features, but at the same time, it solves a lot of headache for you. If you ever try to develop a game yourself from scratch, like with Java or C or C# or whatever, there's a lot of low-level stuff that you have to deal with that could be really, you know, unmotivating. When you have to work with like low-level, okay, how do I display my game? I have to worry about display drivers, controls, you know, events, capturing player input stuff. That stuff can be really, you can get bogged down by that real easily right at the start of your game. But with Game Maker, you don't really have to worry about that for the most part. It does all that boring stuff for you, letting you focus on actually like fun, coding your objects, coding your classes, coding your logic, which is, to be honest, the fun stuff. And if you're not a programmer, if you're not a developer, then it's a no-brainer. Game Maker is for you because the language is very forgiving. You can learn it very easily. There's tons of resources out there online. And I'm starting to sound like a commercial for Game Maker. That's not what I'm trying to say. Unity is great too. Pico 8, Godot, all those stuff are great. Really what I want to advocate, honestly, is to participate in a game jam. And to participate in a game jam, if you're not a developer, you want to use an easy-to-learn tool. And this is an easy-to-learn tool. So here, we are learning that you can actually sacrifice yourself at any point. You don't have to land on a spike. So if I press E, I can just kill myself right there. As long as you're standing on the ground, you can kill yourself. You can't do it in the air. Also, ignore that. Sometimes you can walk through walls, but I'm not going to tell you which ones. Alright, moving platforms. So yeah, I was saying, if you can participate in a game jam, it's great. Because you learn a lot. Because you're forced to incorporate stuff that you haven't in the past. And it forces you to work fast. And even if you don't finish, and or if you're not totally happy with what you end up with, it's okay. I bet you learned a lot. You gained a lot of experience. And if you engage with the community while you're making your game, you're gonna make connections, and it's all good. Lots of good things happen when you participate in a game jam. Whether it's a 48-hour one or a week-long one or a month-long one, they're all good. So here we learn about altars. Right here, this wall, I can't go through it. However, there's an altar here with 3 dots. If I kill myself, now there's only 2 dots. If I kill myself on it again, 1. And if I kill myself a 3rd time, boom, I activate like a soul orb, whatever. And it flies over and destroys the wall for me. So I can move on. So yeah, gm48 is a jam that happens 4 times a year. I always try to participate, or at least I have for the last, I don't know, 3-4 jams. Since I became heavily involved with the community, I've been participating every time, I think. The theme is always different. The theme is always fun. The jam organizer makes sure to involve the community a lot. So it's always a lot of fun. It's stressful and it's work, but all good things require work, sweat, and tears and blood and stuff, right? They all require a sacrifice. Oh. Boom. I'm down to 5 lives, so I gotta be careful. As you notice, my guy blinks at a random rate. It makes it seem more realistic as opposed to blinking at timed intervals. So here's where you learn about electric fields. Oh no, how do I get past this electric field? Like that. And there's 2 lives up there, so it's worth my time to kill myself, to waste 1 life to gain 2. Whoa. Basic math. So now that guy's blocking the electric field, I could move on. Again, there's 2 lives there. It's gonna cost me 1 life to get him, so it's worth it. I just realized that this game involves math. That's nice. Oh no, a really big electric field. Oh no, it's still there. Basically, there was a left side and a right side of this electric field. And what you gotta do is block both sides like that. Get that life, and get that life. So there you have it. I'm not gonna go through the whole game. I have about 10 levels, and it was really fun making this. You guys can go ahead and click on the links in the description to go to the jam page where you can see everybody's submission, everybody who participated, uploaded their game, and you can play them, and eventually you'll be able to rate them and comment on them. And there's sure to be some quality games in there. Remember, some of these people are new. Some of these people is their first time participating. So some of the games won't be super fantastic, but that's fine. Remember, all these games were made in a really short amount of time. So there you have it. There's Super Sacrifice Square. I hope you guys like this video. I have a bunch of other videos about development and game maker and monthly challenges and stuff. I encourage you guys to watch those videos, and maybe you'll learn something, and maybe you'll get involved in making games yourself. So there you have it. My name was Alex, and I will see you guys later.